Okay, so here are the rails, and here is our show.
Completely off. Completely gone today. What in the world? Derailed.
Yay, you're here. Welcome to the CK and GK podcast. Let's get going.
It's Tuesday!
Yay!
Welcome back!
We're so glad y'all are here. We're telling you what are you telling us about today? You do it.
Okay, so in episode 108, I learned that I was flossing wrong, basically because I didn't floss, but even when I did, I was doing it wrong. And I said to myself, what else on earth am I doing wrong that at 40 years old I thought I was doing right?
Is this in general? Because I can think of about 1,000 things I'm doing wrong generally. Or are we talking about?
Or I am.
Well, I would
just
never.
with grooming.
Just
Grooming
things. Okay, so we're talking about grooming things you're probably doing wrong. Oh no. But oh yes. Okay.
And I was most of these.
Oh no. Okay, well then I'm sure I'll be at least half. All right, let's do it.
Remember, like, you taught me about skincare, like, go from most watery to least watery.
Yes.
I didn't know any of that.
Have you?
But now I do.
Okay. I was going to say, have you
But
changed your things I've learned. Unholy skin ways? It doesn't matter. Let's get to the episode.
Okay. Before we do that, though, if Caitlin was part of the nail bed, she'd be the cute adult.
Oh, my Lord. Oh.
Somebody Googled manicure-themed pickup lines.
Manicure-themed pickup lines. Who is using those? Besides you.
There is a theme. Yeah, I mean, I just did. And I went to more than one website.
Oh my, that's interesting.
They're getting some traffic today.
All right, well, probably just, the one of you. That's Jenny. She's my hygiene rule breaking, I guess. Beautiful unicorn nurse.
Okay, so am I a unicorn who's also a nurse, or a nurse that takes care of unicorns?
It's hyphenated unicorn nurse. I'm thinking, I don't really know. I honestly don't know.
I'm going to go with I'm a unicorn who is also a nurse.
Okay, I like that one. I feel like that's more you. Yeah. Okay. I want to also really quickly take a moment to give a shout out to Gretchen, aka G-Rex, over at the show that has a swear word in it. So I can't say it because of who our audience is, but it's shirt that goes on in our heads. Yes? Shirt, but it's not a shirt. It's take the R out. Anyway, there's a new feature that you can find if you look in our show notes, and you can send us a text message if you want to, just to say hi, or I don't know, deliver fan mail, however you'd like to go, but whatever you want to use it for. So I got a message on our podcast feed from Gretchen, aka G-Rex, from the show, saying that she loves us and we've struck up a conversation, and this is the kindest, sweetest woman, but she is cracking me up. If you have not listened to this show, please go listen, because it is heartfelt, it is kind, it is all about letting you know that your feelings are completely valid, and that sometimes life is really, really hard. Sometimes you're the pigeon, sometimes you're the statue sort of vibes, but also there are moments of funny that happen in everything. And I am loving this show, and Gretchen is just the nicest person. So I wanted to say thank you to Gretchen from Shirt that goes on in our heads.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you ready?
Awesome.
Let's do this.
I am so ready.
Great.
Okay, so again, you taught me that I was flossing wrong in episode 108.
Yes.
And I went back and said, okay, if I'm flossing wrong, what other things in my beauty routine are wicked wrong.
Oh, goodness.
So, here we go. The first one that you are not supposed to do is dip your fingers in your jars or your containers.
Uh-oh.
And I have done this literally every night that I've been wearing night cream. I just have the jar on my bedside table. I roll over as I'm about to fall asleep and remind myself, oh, you didn't put your cream on. Open the jar and put those dirty little fingers right in there and smother it all over my face.
Did you say smother?
Yes.
Is smother a word?
I don't know.
Every night I sprant my face with cold water. I like smother. We're using it.
Okay, so here's the deal. Like, your hands are gross. And
Ew.
even if you just wash...
No, they're not.
Right? They are. They touch everything. But even if your hands are clean, you still risk getting bacteria in the cream. So use a scoop or a Q-tip. And if you use a reusable scoop, you got to wash that.
Oh, that's so much work.
So just use a Q-tip.
Are you going to keep Q-tips next to your bed now for when you need to smother cream on your face?
Yes. But you know, I'm still going to use my hands to apply it. I'm just going to use the Q-tip to scoop it.
Okay.
There will still be hand smothering.
Okay.
Here we go. The next one. And I literally did this yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Yesterday. Like, not like I have done this before, but I thought I was doing the right thing yesterday.
Oh.
Finishing your makeup look with powder.
You can't do that? Why?
You're not supposed to do that after your age starts with a 3.
Because it settles into fine lines.
Right.
Oh, no.
Now, I know that you don't have any lines because of your forehead poison, but those of us who do should be using a primer before makeup instead of a setting powder. Now, also, don't underestimate the power of a good setting spray.
Ooh.
Right? Like, this is like hairspray for your makeup.
Yes, I love setting spray. I have a good one. I'll add it to our page. I love this setting spray.
I found a Good Housekeeping made a list of 17 setting sprays that they like.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
So I have that link for you too.
That's even more important over the summer when if you put on makeup at all, it just melts off your face in Texas.
Right.
Or anywhere where it gets even remotely hot. But
yeah.
Okay.
Well, and yesterday I was like wiping makeup off my face with a paper towel as I was sitting outside. Also, I think I should tell you that the sources for all of this information will be in our blog post.
Yes.
But some of it came from AARP.
I can't. Oh my gosh, this source is called The Ethel from AARP.
The Ethel.
Jen. Oh my gosh. How old are you?
I died.
The
right?
Ethel? I can't.
The Ethel. And like the logo is just like a pair of cat eye glasses. It's so good.
Not a caftan, like
yeah.
Dorothy just like standing there.
Yes.
Oh man. All right. Okay.
So the next one comes from Beauty Blender's blog. Okay. So this is that sponge that like everybody had to have 5 or 10 years ago.
Yeah.
They tell you do not swipe liquid makeup or powder makeup across your face with a brush or beauty blender.
Really?
Really. Now, I already knew this one because of my dear friend Maggie from MDH Beauty, whose Instagram handle is just mdh.beauty. Maggie taught me that you have to stipple.
Pat.
Dot.
Yeah, okay.
Pat. When you swipe, it does not look as airbrushed and neat and tidy as when you stipple.
Okay.
You get streaks or areas of non-coverage, whereas the stippling lets it sit on top of your face instead of like being rubbed in and creates a cleaner look.
I love how this came from Beauty Blender's blog.
Yes. Now, here's the other thing. If you have forgotten, since you acquired your first beauty blender many years ago.
Oh, yeah.
You have to wet it before you use it.
Mm-hmm. You wet it a little, then you squeeze it out, and then you can stipple.
Right.
It helps. Yep.
Yes.
And also you have to wash
their website reminds you saying like, hey, oh yeah, wash it. That was another one I came across, like, hey, you're not washing your makeup brushes enough. But I feel like the world knows that now.
Yeah, and also it's depressing. But I interrupted you. Keep going. I'm sorry.
No. They were just their blog post just reminded you as the consumer that there's a chemical structure to their sponge that actually works better when it's wet.
Okay.
So, like, it's like the scrub mommy, scrub daddy. Like, when it's hot water, it does one thing. When it's cold water, it's another. The beauty blender is designed to work wet. So, don't forget to do that.
Mm.
Okay, so, when I originally told you that this was the research I was doing, I told you the name of the episode could be You're Brushing Your Hair Wrong.
Yes.
And then other grooming mistakes you're making. Do you know that you're not supposed to start at the top of your head?
You mean so all those times that my mom, like, accidentally or on purpose brushed my eyebrows and forehead as she was working her way through my hair when I was younger is not correct? I could have told you then. I don't know that I could have told you now. It hurts.
You are supposed to start at the very bottom, brush in small strokes, and not pull all the way through from top to bottom. You can do that with your hand, but with the brush, it's
too harsh.
Causes breakage.
Yeah, it's too harsh. That makes sense. I usually brush from the bottom anyway because it hurts too much to start at the top because I get some massive snarls.
Yeah, you have texture to your hair.
I do.
Those of us who have this board straight hair, I really don't even have to brush it.
You know what else I learned about this is that
what is that?
When you're putting product in your hair, if you're not using a like wide tooth comb to like comb it through your hair, you're not using it properly. You're not because you're not distributing it through your hair. So like when I am in the shower conditioning my hair, I rub it all over and I run my hands and then I comb it through. Yeah. But then this is where I start my curl control is in the shower. And so I also do the same with my like curl cream. Makes so much sense.
So New Beauty is the company that taught me I'm brushing my hair wrong. Okay, so the next two come from an extension company's blog called Sitting Pretty. And they do halo extensions. And so this is about hair care for women who are recognizing that they need a little oomph in their hair.
Okay.
Because they're buying
more hair
extensions.
Yeah.
Yeah, buy more hair. Yeah. So the first one is do not blow dry wet hair.
What is the point of the blow dryer?
Yes. Yes. I was like, wait, what? I'm sorry. And they said, especially if you are using a brush, do not blow dry your hair wet.
No.
They say air or towel dry it to about 80% dry.
No.
And then you use the brush and the blow dryer. And they said, especially if you're using a blow dryer brush, the amount of time under the brush and heat is causing a lot of damage. So if you're like me, I blow dry my hair every single day.
Oh, nope.
Or I guess, let's be fair, every time I wash it.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
And I wash my hair every time I shower. I know it's bad. That's another thing I'm doing wrong, but I do know that I'm making that mistake.
Mm.
And I know I could like train it and it would just take a couple of weeks of greasy and it would be fine, but I just can't do it. I tried. Our mutual friend Lauren told me, I've gone 5 days without washing my hair. And I was like, okay, I've gone 5 minutes.
Right.
And so
she has really
challenged me to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it just doesn't work.
I'm just going to put this out there. As someone who has textured hair, if I let it air dry first, when I straighten it, which you used to see me with straightened hair, like on occasion. It's not a thing I normally do, but I have to start when it's pretty wet to the drying process. Otherwise it doesn't it just doesn't lay the way it's supposed. It doesn't look like a blowout, right? Like it doesn't look the way it's supposed to. So I don't.
And I wonder if maybe the intent behind this is like, if you're like me and you blow dry your hair every day as part of your style routine, don't do it when your hair is so wet, because you're going to spend way too much time under the pressure of the brush and the heat. But if this is a every once in a while thing, sure, start with wet hair, because you're doing a special style.
The other thing is too, like in humid climates, it takes forever for your hair to get to 80% dry. Like when I lived in Colorado, I could wash my hair, and then by the time I got to the blow drying stage of getting ready, it would be about 30 to 50% dry, depending on how involved my process was.
But there's no evaporation happening in this state.
No, I can put my wet dishes out of the dishwasher on the drying rack in the morning, and they'll still have puddles of water in them in the evening. It's ridiculous. So I think that's a really high bar. 80%. Maybe just,
I mean, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, maybe just make sure it's not dripping. I don't know. And wring it out with
and I'm going to
t-shirt.
I'm going to put off the blow drying.
Mm-hmm. Make it be the last thing you do.
Normally I step out of the shower and I blow dry my hair right away. Now I'm going to, kind of change the other routine up a little bit.
Yeah. I always did it like after my makeup and everything.
You're already better than me.
Oh, thanks.
The other one. Yeah. The other one that comes from sitting pretty extensions is don't throw your hair up in a ponytail or a messy bun thinking that you're protecting it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So they say you should wear your hair down more. But they also say, do not tell yourself that by putting your hair up, you are protecting it. You are not. You are actually doing more damage, because the time under pressure and the elastics can cause breakage. But this is the part I didn't ever think about. When you pull your hair in certain spots in the same direction over and over again, it can cause bald spots.
Yeah, because you're breaking it in the same spot over. Yeah, you're putting tension on those.
They're saying you can actually pull the follicles out and you will not get any regrowth.
All right. Well, I guess it's more claw clips for me. I got my little claw.
Yeah. Well, and that's what they said. Yeah, they said claw clips are great. Wraps or bandanas, right? All of that soft fabric is fine. But if you're going to put it in a elastic every day thinking that you're doing yourself a favor, you're actually not.
I wonder what they would define as elastic, though. Because the hair ties that I use, the ponytail holders, I don't know what we're calling them these days, but mine are like stretchy. It's almost like nylon fabric. I don't really use, so I don't know. I wonder what they would define as elastic. If we're talking about those clear plastic
what
things.
I use, because what I use to put my hair up is basically the rubber bands that kids put on their braces.
those clear plastic things.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I could see how those do break hair. That's why people cut them out a lot of the time, because because it can pull. So, all right. Well.
Okay, and I have one more for us.
Okay.
And this one I also do, and I'm going to have to retrain my muscles.
Oh yeah. That's hard.
I have been filing my nails wrong.
Oh, do you go back and forth?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
So I have always gone back and forth, and I have always had nails that split. These things are related. You are not supposed to saw your nails because it causes the tips to fray and split. Yeah. Which I just thought I needed more biotin. No, I need to stop filing my nails like I'm sawing them.
Yeah, so how do you do it
One
correctly?
direction.
Yeah.
One direction from the edge to the center. Then you flip and you go from the other edge to the center in one direction until you get the shape that you want.
All right. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. When I started becoming a nail girly, I kind of looked at I was doing my own for a long time, and there's even like episodes where I've recommended product, which I'm happy to share. Whatever. But that was when I learned that I was doing it wrong. And I remember like sitting there watching my mom, and my mom has like good natural nails. I remember watching her do it, and I'm like, oh, she's been doing it right this whole time. And she had like her glass file, and
they also say glass is good.
Yeah.
It causes less damage.
Makes sense. But she just always had such good nails. And I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, that is the way she did it. She always went from the edge to the center and on each side. All right.
Yeah, no. I have been basically belt sanding my nails.
All right.
So, here are the things that you shouldn't do. Don't dip your fingers in the jar. Instead, use a scoop. Don't finish your makeup look with powder if your age starts with a 3 or greater. Instead, use a setting spray after and a primer before. Do not swipe makeup across your face. Stipple it. ... Don't brush your hair from the scalp. As weird as it sounds, start from the bottom and go up, small sections at a time. Don't blow dry your hair when it's wet. Wait, I'm supposed to dry my dry hair. Yes, you are. And do not kid yourself saying that my messy bun is protecting my hair. It's actually breaking it and maybe causing you to go bald. And of course, finally, don't do the belt sander to your nails. Let's take a break and listen to ourselves.
For links to resources mentioned in this episode, head on over to ckandgkpodcast.com/blog to find everything you need. And be sure to follow us on social media. Head over to your favorite social media network and find us at CKNGK Podcast. And now, back to the show.
All right, are we back? We're back.
We're back.
Now it's time for us to sit in a circle, crisscross applesauce on the carpet, and tell some stories. And I'm going to go first.
Do it.
And I'm going to tell you that I am currently obsessed with Justin Timberlake. Caitlin, I went to go see him last week, and it was incredible. Okay?
Really?
People are saying, oh, he's the greatest entertainer of our generation. You have to go see Justin Timberlake. He puts on a hell of a show. Yeah, he does. All the hype is real.
Really? All right.
It was incredible. Now, here's the deal. I went with my mom. It was our Mother's Day present from John to me and then to my mom.
That's so sweet.
We went together. Doors open at 6:30. The show is slated to start at 7:30. At 7:30, we are sitting in our seats and no one else is.
Huh.
And the show does not look like it's even close to starting.
Okay.
At about 8 o'clock, someone walks out to a second stage that's kind of in the bottom of the horseshoe of the arena.
Okay.
And people are cheering and chanting. Also, there seems to be a bar around this stage. So
cool.
There's people out in front of it, like, and there's bartenders, and then the stage is in the center. And he says, "My name's such and such, and I'll be your DJ for the next hour." And so my mom and I, who were really excited about a concert that's supposed to start at 7:30, are realizing that Justin Timberlake's not going on until 9.
Yeah. And
meanwhile, his opener is a DJ.
Mm-mm. Okay.
Now, the second song he played and had me cackling, Soulja Boy.
Yes. Did he do it with a little lead up from like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star or anything like that Taylor guy?
How I wonder what. Yo! No.
So
no, but I did laugh. And then I looked at my mom and I said, "Okay, so you want to go get a snack?" She was like, "Yes."
Yes.
So, it was hilarious. There was this mass exodus of the people who were in their seats. Because remember, a lot of people didn't sit down. But of the people who were in their seats, there were all these middle-aged women just walking out of the stadium.
Oh, JT, what a bummer.
And we were laughing so hard. I mean, there are plenty of people who are discovering him now and are young. But the majority of this crowd are the
people his
OG
age.
NSYNC fans.
Are people his age? Oh.
And it was too funny just watching in the concourse all of these women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s.
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical.
Okay, so DJ is over. We go back to our seats, and the magic happens. This man put on a fabulous show. He is dancing and singing. His band is a huge part of the production, and they come forward on the stage. The dancers are dancing with the people in the band.
That's cool.
It was incredible. Now, this second stage at the bottom of the horseshoe is also for Justin Timberlake.
Yeah. I would, yeah.
He got off the main stage and walked through the crowd to get to the other one.
Full of handsy 40-year-olds?
Yes.
No.
And then he walks back and sings again from the main stage.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Good for him.
And I don't want to give away any part of the show in case people are going to go see it, because a lot of it was really, really cool production value. But I will say that there were so many numbers that I thought were the finale.
Oh, wow. And they weren't.
Because every single thing had high energy.
Wow, that's awesome.
It was so great. Very worth it. Go see him. It was amazing.
I feel like my heart is hurting because I feel like there's been some very problematic behavior of his that we're learning about. Part of it was when he was much younger, right? And young men do stupid things. But also, I'm big on taking accountability, and I have yet to hear some of that. And it's disappointing. On the other hand, the songs are bangers. So I just have to enjoy. I have to enjoy the songs, right? I'm having to.
Can we separate the art from the artist?
It's not always easy to do that. It's really not, especially with problematic behavior.
But I'll tell you what, I still crank Billie Jean every time it comes on the radio.
Oh, 100%. That's my jam. Oh, anyway, I don't know. Well, don't stop till you get enough. Anyway, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me also own that piece. Yes.
So.
Okay, your turn.
Well, here's the thing. My obsession and my gem of the week have to go together. So I'm going to tell you to do your gem also, because then.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to tell you to do it. Okay.
So, I haven't talked about my dad in a while on the show, so I feel like it's his turn to come back up. And as you might know, if you are a frequent listener of the show, my dad is in his mid-60s, big fan of reading IATA on Reddit, constantly telling stories of bridezillas he's read about.
He's extra.
He is extra. He is currently writing a book about the pretend band that he and his friends made in college. Because it is the 50th anniversary of the Barfettes. So he's writing an anthology that he will have, the Barfettes, who recorded on Upchuck Records.
Stop
and
it.
No. And so he's writing a book about them, and he's going to, self-publish it and then send it out to his friends. But that is not our gem. The gem is when my whole family is together for my nephew's birthday. And my dad is telling a story to me and my brother. And he's describing the main character in the story as a, quote, military brat.
Okay.
And then he goes on to explain that means that their parent was in the military.
To 3 children who...
Why is this the gem of the week?
Right. Who know
Because my dad was active duty for 26 years.
Right. You guys literally
entire youth.
Yeah.
He was in the military.
Right. You literally lived
He
all over the world.
retired after I graduated from college.
Right. Exactly. What in the world?
It's like, really, Dad? Military brat means your parent was in the military.
I have never heard that before.
I have never heard that term. Thanks for clearing that up.
What did he say when you were like, what?
I mean, he chuckled a little bit and realized, like, okay, that was a little mansplaining. Like, I don't need to tell
Just
you what you are.
Like, goodness. Oh, Lord. All right.
My brother and I just kind of look at each other like, did that really just happen? Did he really just describe to us what
did.
the... Yeah, okay.
It did. Okay, well...
I should also add that as soon as it happened, I whipped out my phone and wrote it down so I could say it on the show. And my dad knew exactly what I was doing.
I love it. That's funny. When they know their fodder.
All right.
Your fodder.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
Give me your two.
My two. So yesterday I was scrolling, as one does, on Instagram, and I came across this reel.
Or as my 5-year-old calls it, squirreling.
Yeah, I like that term. I came across this reel that I had to send to my dear friend Brenna. And one thing you have to know about Brenna is that she is the kindest person. Like, she's got an edge to her, which I have to have a friend who has an edge. It's just how it has to be. But she's also so kind. Another
what
thing
is it that Weezer says? If you can't say anything nice, come sit by us.
Right. Come sit next to me and we'll have a conversation. This is why I used to get in trouble at staff meetings, because that was what I was doing.
I have told my students, like, I have to choose where I sit in a faculty meeting. You choose where you sit in class.
Right.
Like, make a good choice.
Make a good choice. The other thing you have to know about Brenna is that this girl loves a good falling down video. Like, loves. Like, she's the kind of friend
Welcome to 2024, where that is actually a genre of film.
It is. Like, there was the video of the woman who went to Home Depot, bought like a big Tupperware thing to put over her head so that she wouldn't mess up her newly blown out hair, and then immediately slips and falls and crashes to the floor. It is hilarious and awful.
I am thinking of the cop in the slide.
Yes. She loves stuff like that. And she will be if you fall down, she is the one who will laugh first, and then she'll go get you an ice pack, because she's got to laugh first. So I found this video, and I'm going to put it on the blog post for this episode, because it is so funny. It is a man being recorded by his wife. He swears he can jump over this fence. He swears. He's like, I can do it. My wife doesn't think I can do it, but I can do it. She's like, oh no, I believe you. I want the whole world to believe you too. So I'm going to record this. And you know, she's thinking, this man cannot do this. He starts the run. And the first of all, it's a slow motion run, which is indication number one, this is not going to go well. 2,
right.
He goes, oh, my knees.
He's hearing the popping and the cackling.
Right. That's your check engine light right there, right? It's like you can't. And then he jumps this fence. It's probably 2.5 feet high, and both of his feet catch, and he hits the ground on the other side. And you hear the wife cackle, like. Then she goes, "Yep, that went exactly how I thought it was going to go." Okay, so I have had a rough week, and I found that video immediately, of course, sent it to Brenna, who needed to see it. And then my other girlfriends are like, okay, but wait, you have to look at the comments. So my obsession is this video. I told you yesterday, I watched that video like 9 times in a row, and it got funnier every time. And then 5 hours later, I showed it to my husband, and I was still cackling. And right now, I'm laughing, and I have tears because it's so funny to me.
So good.
I have to read you some of these comments because they are so funny. Okay. One of them was, he's running in lowercase. Sorry, what? Okay. Another one. Knees. And 4 red circles. Slides. He's wearing slide sandals. 4 red circles. Jumping ability. 3 red circles and 1 green one. Confidence. 4 green circles. Another one. This was me too. I had this same feeling. I was like, girl, he can jump it. He started running in slow motion. All my faith went out the window.
I feel like it needs that Chariots of Fire. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
This one also felt like it spoke to me because of how many times I watched it. Why is this video 2 hours long? Lol, bruh, I watched this an unhealthy amount of time. It's like 25 seconds. The person is saying it's 2 hours long. Okay, then this one is my favorite one. For whatever reason, the last line, every time I hear this, it just kills me. Okay. Clues that Unc won't make it, as in uncle, right? Like clues that Unc won't make it. 1, wearing slides. 2, jogging like a varsity that don't care too much on warm-ups. 3, this is the one. Lay wife recording. Lay, like I know how you're supposed to say it in French, right? Le, right? I get it, but nobody says that, so it's lay wife. I am telling you, I have gone back to that video like 7 more times just to read the extra comments that are coming, and it is so good, you guys. I'm gonna put it on the blog post. I swear, if you haven't seen it, you need to watch it, and when you do, you'll see it like 6 times. It is so funny.
Oh,
but
I rewatched it immediately. I was like, I have to see this again.
His immediate, like, running in lower... Oh, there was another one that was like, bro wearing cement slides. Why? I'm so slow. I watched it so many times, and I will go back again today. I saved this for when I need to pick me up. You just know, like, you have so much faith. He's so confident. You see the fence, you're like, oh yeah, dude, I could jump that. Like, no big deal. And then the way he just slow-mo runs and goes, oh, my knees, and you just know. You know it's not going to happen.
But I just love the idea of, like, the wife is recording it. Like, yep, that's probably a problem.
The wife recording the video. I was in hysterics. I laughed. Oh my! I'm telling you, I really did watch it like 9 times before I could calm down. It was so good. I'm still laughing at it. That's why it's my obsession and my gem, because I just sat there cackling at this video. It has to be both. Oh gosh. Okay. Well.
All right. When it comes to this time in the show, I say things like, "Give us a review. Tell your friends."
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm going to say, be like G-Rex and give us a review and tell your friends.
Yeah. She's amazing.
So thanks for that.
I'm like, still, my nose is running from laughing. Okay.
And when you're filing your nails, go only in one direction. That's the good choice.
And the other good choice is, if you're running and you take off in slow motion and the first thing that comes out of your mouth is, oh, my knees, remember that's your check engine light. You should probably...
You don't do the jump.
You don't proceed. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hey friends, thanks for listening to the CK and GK podcast. Find us at CK and GK podcast on Instagram and Twitter, and rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, or anywhere else that you pod. See you next time.